The Mayo Experience.
Mayo Experience. Mayo Experience. Mayo Experience. Experience.
Welcome to the Pat Mayo Experience, Episode 4, Recap, The Challenge, Total Madness. If you want to get into a draw for 20 DK bucks, easy. Smash the like to the episode, leave your DraftKings handle in the comment section, and tell me your MVP for the episode. It could be a person, it could be a place, it could be a thing. It doesn't just need to be, oh, they had the best episode, they're the MVP. No, it could be like Wes pissing in the water. That could be your MVP of the episode. It could be my MVP of the episode. But anyway, you do that and share the show around on the social medias, you youngins. Figure that stuff out too. Help out the show. You get in a draw for 20 DK bucks. You want to get into a draw for 100 DraftKings dollars? This one I highly suggest. Subscribe to the Pat Mayo Experience audio podcast. Leave a 5-star review. DraftKings handle. Something you enjoy about the Pat Mayo Experience. Could be the $100 giveaways. What do I care? You're in that draw for 100 DK bucks. Paul Shaughnessy is here. What is up?
Big T is the MVP of this episode.
It's not Bananas manipulating Big T to look like an idiot. You won the bet, by the way. Congratulations.
It was never even in doubt. Big T just haven't been given a... I did not see it that way, making her look like... I saw it as Bananas...
I want to hear... I'm very curious to hear this spin.
Well, if you want to hear my spin, then let me finish my sentence. Bananas and Wes were recognizing Big T. The producers finally I was saying since the beginning, this is a good character. This is somebody that they could actually make some good storylines and fun out of and have some fun with. And they did nothing with her all of last season. It's Big T season. Welcome.
You're not wrong.
She's a breath of fresh air.
She is a breath of fresh air, as everyone's described her. She's fun. She seems happy. She has no idea what's going on around her.
Yeah.
I don't think she's going to win, man.
I don't think she's going to win the whole thing. Of course not.
Well, I mean...
I feel like us Big T truthers, the T stands for truth.
Oh, Big Truth?
She is the truth.
So you got Big
or
T...
Big Trust.
You can just call it Big Truth.
Big Truth.
She can be the representative of your good picks for your fantasy league. Maybe 5G gives you coronavirus, all this stuff. Big Truth.
Big Truth.
It's just all one big umbrella.
I mean, I think it was a fun episode, and I think
this was a great episode.
And her little dynamic there was all right. So it was similar. Okay, it's a similar situation to what happened with Jen. Of course, Big T looked a lot sharper, more fun, and enjoyable in the process. Jen just looked like she completely had no idea what to do in the show.
The massive difference is people like Big T. It didn't seem like anyone liked Jen.
Fair.
People are willing to go along with Big T. And what is it that you're doing exactly? Oh, you're fine. She's no harm to anyone.
No.
No one's taking her seriously as a competitor, and everyone likes her. She seems like a good hang.
And I guess you could make the argument that the 3 people that really gave her screen time, because they're just starving for screen time at this point, was the Holy Trinity. Kayla, Nani, and Jenna. They were the 3 that actually gave in to get that screen time, because I don't think they're getting very much screen time on the side.
Now, do you chalk up the lack of screen time for some people into they're going to go really far in this season, or there's just more compelling things going on?
They're just more compelling things. I don't think Nani is going far, and she hasn't had crazy amounts of screen time.
So there are 2 things that I believe from this season, based on the way the show has been edited so far.
Yeah.
Johnny Bananas is being given a hero cut.
Oh, yeah.
Big time.
Big time.
He's being made to look great. Now, they have a vested interest in, making him look good. He's the star of the show. He's the longest person on it. He's probably, I don't know if he's necessarily the most, internet famous person, but, he's overtly the most famous person on the show.
I have an incredibly, here's how I see the season going.
Let's hear it.
Type of moment. I had an aha moment last night.
Aha!
Now, this is gonna bypass a whole bunch of things, and we'll go through everything. I'm not gonna go into anything in minute detail. So D, obviously, last night there was D, there was Wes. Wes is on D's side. D's his number 1 girl. That was the first kind of fracture in the Johnny Bananas and Wes thing. But I think Bananas kind of understood and got that Wes is on her side. That's fine. She took her shot. She went into the thing, said
and won.
And then she won. She comes back. Wes is going to, get them to, put the halt on that a bit. D's going to be completely safe coming out of this. But I think this all leads to Bananas putting himself into an elimination against Wes.
Why, though?
I don't know.
Because he thinks he can beat him?
Yeah.
If that's how this turns
I think
out,
that's like that's maybe what I want to believe it is, the TJ moment when he's just like, I always wanted to see this.
I would feel like
I feel like that's gonna be like he's gonna like call his own number and send himself in to take him out.
I doubt that. I do think that they end up facing each other at some point, just because that's the way that it did seem like the TJ reveal was on the this season on. That could be like them baking in a spoiler into the trailer. I have no idea.
Yeah.
But I would say that everyone votes in Bananas, and then the House votes in West to face him.
Maybe, yeah.
I would say that's probably a more likely
probably
scenario.
more likely scenario, because it would be like it's basically what happened with like D and Ashley last night.
Yeah.
Is that
Although
Ashley
D wanted to go in.
Yeah.
I am.
I'm sure she probably looked back on like 2 weeks before
Well,
and was
she
just
said that.
like, yeah, this is a much harder matchup to get my Red Skull.
I also think that there is and Dee even said it like afterwards. She's like, just because I won tonight doesn't mean that. I mean, that sounds more South African than
There is a
Australian.
bit of a target on your back when you go in there.
There is, and like you don't need to get your Red Skull right now. You don't need to.
It's working out really well for Jenny West though.
Yeah, well, no one wants to face her.
No, exactly. Like that Red Skull was just like signed, sealed, deliver her to like the final four.
Yeah,
You know?
basically. They're like, and so Bananas is getting this cut where it makes him look like a hero.
Yeah.
Which leads me to believe that he does very well this season.
I do too. Yeah.
The other one, who's like periodically getting more and more and more screen time, and still not a lot by any means, is Casey. She is just kind of flying under the radar, not doing anything.
She hasn't really done anything.
And she just seems to terrify everyone around her.
Here's my take.
And she seems super nice too.
Yeah,
Like she seems like she's in with like Bananas and like all of that.
Yeah, she's definitely.
She's
yeah,
not on the
They
Big
haven't
Brother
even
team.
like you. They haven't even like introduced you to her on the show yet. So like she must be getting pretty deep. They're saving those episodes for later.
Yeah. Because it would be weird that you'd be on this long and get nothing out of it.
Exactly.
So let's get to Pat's MVPs for the episode.
Big T.
What? You mean just Big T?
She's in there. She's got to be in the conversation.
Well, I actually don't have them ranked. You can help me rank them. We can come up with our MVPs for the episode.
All right.
So here are some nominees. Ashley's outfit when she is like getting into a fight with Maddie. Everyone's wearing like tracksuits, shorts. She's wearing this like clubbing pink top, tights, giant heels. Fucking smashed out of her mind.
Yeah.
Highly enjoyed it. Also a running for MVP, like I mentioned. Wes pissing in the pool. High comedy moment. Also, Kayla's smoker voice. Do you think she's not getting any confessionals because she can barely talk?
Smoker voice?
Like, you hear her talk. Like, you heard her talk in this episode.
Yeah.
And, like, you couldn't really make out what she was saying because it was so raspy.
No, really?
It's
I've never felt that way. I know it's raspy. I totally.
No, this was like laryngitis. Like, have you ever spent a night, let's say you stayed up
Maybe
till...
she had COVID.
Maybe she had COVID, and that's why they're all in quarantine. Maybe they were just ahead of the curve on it. Like Jordan's haircut is also an outfit. His simple Jack attire.
He's very ready for the apocalypse for sure.
But he basically looked like Simple Jack.
Yeah.
Jordan, maybe he's way ahead of the game because you know how like we look at TV, say, hey, that person looks really stupid, and then like 5 years later, like everyone's kind of dressed like that. Maybe Jordan's way ahead of the game.
I mean,
Dressing like
his fashion line looks like derelict.
Derek.
Like if you look,
Maybe he's just a huge Stiller fan, and this is how it's coming out.
Yeah.
Dressed like Simple Jack.
Kind of looks like Stiller a little.
He has like a snidely.
He looks like if you told me that he was like his second cousin, I'd be like, okay.
You say he could be a Stiller?
Yeah.
Okay.
I could see it.
I don't know about that. The mustache, he had that dirty stash on Dirty 30, but now his mustache is like vaguely growing up more here. He looks kind of like Snidely Whiplash.
Yeah.
If he just cut off like this part of the beard, he could twirl it up, tie someone to the train tracks. It'd be perfect.
He's not getting a great cut.
He is not. He and Tori are not getting great cuts.
No.
They're the Polly and Cara of this season. Someone pointed out to me that Dee is basically Cara Maria pre-Polly.
Maybe.
Like, she's shockingly really good. And now like, everyone just constantly underrates her.
I think me and you, we underrated her.
We underrated her last year.
Yeah, I didn't come into this season thinking that. He came into this season thinking that she can compete with anybody on their best day. And she proved that last night, taking out Ashley, who has more career winnings than Johnny Bananas.
She has more career winnings than anyone. The all-time leader in career winnings. Maybe Bananas repasses her this season if he wins.
If he wins.
I would be so fired up if Bananas won.
I mean, Bananas deserves to be the person at the top of the mountain in terms of, like, he has 6 wins. I guess, well, Jordan's got to be closing in on that as well, though, right? He didn't get those flat mills, though. Like, that's where
Ashley won the flat mill. Like,
Yeah.
I think Bananas' highest one is the Sarah season from Rivals 3, and I think that was like 275K.
Yeah, exactly.
But Jordan's won he's won a 250K last season, and he won Dirty 30 as a solo. I think that's like 400K.
Yeah.
So he probably has just around the same amount as Bananas.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. And he came third on a season as well.
Yeah. Turbo has 1 season win and $750,000.
Yeah.
To put in perspective, for like the career winnings doesn't really mean. I mean, it still means you're good. If you win a season of the challenge, you're good, of course. But like the career earnings is like very deceptive.
It's a lot like on the PGA Tour, where it's like, oh, Jack Nicklaus has 74 wins and $30 million in career earnings. It's like Brooks Koepka already has more than that after like 3 years.
Inflation matters in the challenge.
Yeah,
Career
I mean,
earnings, for sure.
now that they've decided to pump some more stuff into this. Other ones. The big T moment I had was her during the fight salting limes and eating them, just casually in the background. Quick, salt some limes. She wasn't even doing tequila. It's like she had all the stuff for tequila except the tequila. And she was like, yeah, let's just salt some limes going at this. And the 2 other ones, when Nelson was like having hypothermia, he just had a huge boog frozen onto his mouth.
I missed that part.
Just a huge snot rocket, which I thought was pretty funny. And after Bear does the fire extinguisher, somehow he's playing like mediator between Maddie and Ashley, and for some reason he's wearing goggles. I don't know why.
Here's my take on all of that is Bear's fault. Because like,
of course it is.
the entire situation, like, no, Maddie and Ashley's fight is entirely Bear's fault. Like, he got them all riled up, super, super upset. And then, you know, they've had some drinks and comments start flying. And then Ashley kind of runs it back at her and, like, way, way more vicious. Yeah, all of it entirely Bear's fault. And you know what? You could tell it's like the producers did not do a goddamn thing to Bear. I was actually
I actually
kind of half expecting.
I heard he got fined.
Okay. Yeah, it's probably because like
They don't want him off the show.
no, there's probably like a whatever they rented there. It's just like a $750 fine
Yeah.
for like setting off the fire extinguisher.
I don't know. They're in Czech Republic, so there might not be a fine for it. I don't know how it works over there.
No.
So an almost MVP on this list, the security guard could not have been more Eastern European looking.
Oh, yeah.
Like he looked like he guarded Teddy KGB's place in Rounders. Like both of them. Just if you were to like to sketch up your like stereotypical Eastern European person, like, oh, maybe born just before the end of the Cold War. Now they're like 35, maybe they're like 31. Though that was these people. Like kind of haircut like me, but like even shorter and more balding.
Yeah.
And like thicker with like sort of the big shoulder hunch.
And yeah, his haircut wasn't a quarantine choice. It was a lifestyle.
That is an aesthetic Eastern European choice.
That's a who he is kind of haircut.
Yes, if you want to be in like the Bulgarian mafia, that's the cut that you need to have.
Exactly.
All right, fantasy scoring for the episode. Let's see what we got here. Ashley sets an episode record for points.
She's just like a machine gun.
247 points on her way out the door. That's more than some people might score all season.
Yeah.
So if you had Ashley, it didn't work out.
It could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, Maddie, 188. D, 135. Nani, 119. Big T, your girl, 118.
At $110, we'll take that.
Yeah, it's not bad. Good points per dollar. Wes, 101. Bananas, 90. Bear, 81. Kayla, 72. And Anissa, 60 points. Bananas just scores every week.
Does he?
Yeah.
Feels like he's just
He and Wes get so many confessionals.
Yeah, and they're always like guiding people and politicking with people. They're getting those points. So
And Bananas won the mission this week, too.
Yeah, of course.
So that gives
So
him a
did
ton
Big
of
T.
points. So did Big T. Like, Ashley didn't win the mission and didn't win an elimination.
Just fired shots at all parties the entire episode, though.
What did you make of that elimination? Because I have a strategy question.
Couldn't you have just knocked off every single
Yes!
thing? Just remembered. Yeah, that's what I kind of felt.
Yeah,
and that's what it looked like.
D
D
would-
did at the end is that she had hit one of those already.
No,
realized that she needed one of those. She's like, I'll keep that in the back of my brain because it didn't look like she went up to the last one that she collected and actually hit it. It looked like she had previously hit it. And then remembered, okay, that's whatever sign this one is, or whatever. Whatever season.
Well,
this
once you
one is.
smash it, it's not like they replaced it. Mm-hmm. Like it was still smashed there. You could see what it was. Like the move was just go around and smash them all until you had all
then
5
go
of them,
collect.
and then just go do them in order.
Yeah,
I didn't quite understand that.
no, that seemed like a real loophole that wasn't taken advantage of.
So D kind of did that strategy, but by accident, because the one that she had first was like in the back. So she had just smashed all the ones on the way up to it. So that worked out. Also, D was positioning her die in between like 3 of them, so she could smash like 3 of them at a time, where Ashley was just going underneath one, smashing one, getting down, going to the next one. Like, poor efficiency from Ashley. Now, we've seen this before. Maybe she didn't want to be there.
She knew that No, we know Ashley. Ashley would put a lot more effort. She was firing she was firing shots on the way out the door. She knew that there was no saving her. Even if she got out of this week, she knew that next week they
She's
were going
back
to
in.
fire her back in again and again and again and again. Ashley's smart. She's wise to this game. She's like, I'm not going to win at this rate. Like they're going to force me to go in there and get out of like 5-6 eliminations in a row until the numbers flip. I have no friends in here.
Her one friend she got into a fight with 3 minutes into an episode.
She goes out firing shots, even firing. You think her firing shots at Wes at the end is just like,
Maybe a rival season?
A rival season. He's a really good politicker. Let's just tuck a rival season into our back pocket here.
Yeah, I mean, Ashley's not stupid. She knows what she's up to when it comes down to
They haven't
all
done
of
a
this.
rival season in a while. Well, might as well. Wes wouldn't be a bad teammate.
I always thought we would get the Johnny and Wes rival season. Mm-hmm. And maybe hopefully Johnny turns on him here.
And then
they have to work together.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind that.
I wouldn't mind it either.
What was I going to say? Do you have a problem with Wes helping D?
No.
Neither do I. People seem like, how dare he?
No, man. Put it this way.
It's not the first time people from the crowd have helped.
If you're in the house and you're on the purgatory floor, and then let me think of somebody, and then the tout not to be named is on the other side. I mean, I'm giving you the answers,
Yeah,
especially if we're working together.
exactly. Like it just seemed really bizarre.
Here's the thing. Ashley didn't have anybody giving her the answers. That's why Ashley's against it. I'm sure if Ashley had people giving her the answers and giving her stuff, she'd be all for it too.
And it seemed kind of weird as well that Ashley knows that Wes and D are like that.
Mm-hmm. She's his protege. She was a rookie. She was afraid to swim. He was like,
She couldn't swim.
he was like, I actually watched the movie V for Vendetta this week.
Off cuss recommendation.
No, I just, for whatever reason, I was like, you know what?
You've
A
been
lot of weird stuff going on.
You've been spending a lot of time on the internet. You're like,
It'd be better to spend my time watching a movie about this type of stuff than going down these rabbit holes. So I watched it, and yeah, it's like Wes. If I remember correctly, like him getting her to learn how to swim was basically like V giving that like Natalie Portman's character like Stockholm syndrome by like dunking her head and stuff. Like he forced her to like get into a pool, and she was like crying.
And then
one time, and then
they
taught
won
her how to swim.
And then they won a swimming challenge later. Like
Yeah, like
day.
Although they've only been on 3 seasons together, like the history runs very deep there. So what does she expect?
Yeah, and D is currently holed up at Wes's house because of the quarantine.
Really?
Yeah, she's stuck in the U.S. and she's stuck at Wes's house.
Oh, yeah, true.
She was
of
there
course.
visiting Wes and his wife.
Oh,
so
interesting. Cool.
she's just chilling there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I always see her Instagram post from Kansas City. I was like, why is she in Kansas City? What a weird spot to be. It's like, oh, she's at Wes's. So yeah, they're pals. Mm-hmm. She's also following the Wes season trajectory as well. So her first season is basically like a fresh meat season. She gets thrown in a bunch with Wes. Like they do really well. Just like Wes's fresh meat season when he was a rookie. He got thrown in all the time and kept winning. And then season 2, Wes wins the duel by like outsmarting everyone, winning like 2 or 3 key eliminations. D wins her second season. Season 3 for Wes is the ruins, and everyone's coming after him. But he wins a few eliminations off the top. Exactly what D is doing right now. Mm-hmm. It's kind of crazy.
I think Wes is gonna slow down I don't expect D to go into the elimination next week.
Neither do in 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks. That's what I meant.
Neither do I, and I don't think that people want to go against her.
No, I don't either.
Like
I think they start going after the Trinity next.
yeah, well, they're all who's the best of those three? Jenna
Kayla.
in an elimination?
I think so. She hasn't been proven though.
No, Jenna's big at least.
Jen is big.
Like she's tall.
She's really dumb.
She is, but that's
I think Kayla maybe.
as long as it's not like a and you think Kayla's super sharp?
I think she's the smartest of the three.
I think Nani's probably the smartest of the three.
Nah.
Yeah, maybe you're right. I don't know. They don't do anything on the show. I don't understand why they're there.
Yeah, and that was as a big T stand. Like that was my one thing that I didn't like when she turns to the camera and she's just like, no, there's the Holy Trinity. There's this like group of 3 people, or they've got the most solid thing. So I should probably get them on my side. Keep them on. I'm like,
There was
I don't want Big T. I don't want you with that faction because I don't think that faction's going very deep. I mean, it may not work out too poorly for me, but
I think I don't know exactly where some of the people stand in terms of alliances, but it does seem like if Maddie and Casey teamed up, like that would if Ashley had been with like those two, that's a good
Jenny.
alliance. What's that?
Jenny.
And Jenny's just no one wants to fuck. She seems to be with Bananas.
Yeah.
Bananas has like the really good girls on his side, it seems.
And then if Wes can rein D in, I mean, like D going into the elimination, I'm probably getting ahead of ourselves, but like that's like the least shocking thing of all time. You go in to that interrogation and you tell Johnny Bananas when he's got like Big T and other pliable people on the same panel as him that you were taking your shot at him. Do you think you walk? Because I think like Rob said something to us about like the editor making it like too obvious of who was gonna go in or something like that.
You can always tell.
And it's just like, no, you go into that interrogation. You tell Johnny Bananas across the table that you were taking your shot to try to eliminate him. You are for damn sure going in the next week. Like that was, they didn't even like, as soon as they showed that part of the clip, it's just like, well, yeah, D's going in. Like it's not even a question. I don't know if you agree, right?
Yeah, I thought she was definitely going in.
Yeah. Like, the whole interrogation thing was kind of pointless.
It's a part of the show.
Oh, for sure.
5 people in an interrogation is kind of intimidating in that small room, though.
That's true.
I like it.
Yeah, 5 maybe, but yeah, the 3 is a little bit less when you have like stacks of people.
Yeah, well,
you have 2 rows of people coming at
was
you.
it 2 seasons ago when it was be like 6 of you, the 3 teams would go into the troika or whatever it was. You were on like those like high platforms, but you have like 5 people on one side of a table. It's like a super interrogation. I like it.
Yeah.
So let's go back to the very beginning of the episode. One of the best opens I can remember to an episode is
that episode. So yeah, the beginning is
just Bear, fire extinguisher, him slowly winning over Kayla, and him knowing it.
Yeah,
just a very good Bear episode. I could see how you could hate Bear, like if you were in the house.
I think
he would just be super annoying, but he is such a good TV character. It's unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
When they were doing the fake laughing outside the room.
If I was a Bear owner, I'd be worried though that a lot of this stuff is coming out early.
Yeah, but maybe he's got more up his sleeve. You never know with him.
Maybe.
And it didn't really turn people against him like it should have, because half the people thought it was fucking hilarious.
That's just Bear in a nutshell, though. He's able to say things and do things that other people aren't because he says it with like a certain level of confidence and blasé. I don't give a fuck. And yeah, like me and you could not just hang outside of Kayla's room like that. I mean, he's just handsome and he knows it.
Handsome fella.
Yeah.
The women love Bear.
See,
and he's persistent.
And that persistence is going to get you in trouble when you become a little bit older, a little bit less dashing, a little bit less good looking.
You go from being Bear guy
to
on
a
TV
creepy
to super
old man.
creepy.
Exactly. So he's got to know that line. It's a very delicate line.
You got to wean yourself off of the persistence.
Yeah, I think he's fine now. She seems to like it, but
yeah, she's in.
Yeah.
And like he said, I'm going to show him I'm a bad boy. And it kind of worked. She was like kind of into it.
Yep.
I like it. Good for Bear. Ashley spat in his face.
Yeah.
And Maddie
right now
lost it.
Yeah.
And then called Ashley a hussy. And then Ashley told her to go back to jail. Like just shots fired.
She said something coming or in my mouth, and she's just like, "Wouldn't be the first time, honey."
Yeah.
And then she just
A lot of personal shots fired by Ashley to Maddie.
I think we realized why Maddie hadn't been getting very much screen time this season.
She was off sucking cock.
No, I think that they didn't want to, because of her DUI. They didn't want to like give her a real hard push coming into this season, because then they would be pumping up somebody who got in trouble with the law.
Sure,
That's my mentality.
That makes
about
more
this.
sense.
That's why she's been a ghost until we saw that this episode.
She was also very hammered.
They were all super hammered.
I think it was just the two of them.
But yeah,
I don't know.
Ashley fired, like, that was
just low blow.
Yeah, and I guess the challenge producers are like, there was a discussion there where they're like, should we really put like her? I'm sure it's probably public knowledge, but most people, I would not have dug into Maddie's. I think her name's Maddie Bro. I would not have like searched her and looked for like court records and stuff. I never would have found this out if it wasn't on the episode, of course, right? I feel like there's probably a discussion where they're like, we could have easily edited this all out. But they're like, but nah, this is the Ashley episode. Let's just have Ashley fire shots at all parties.
What'd you make of the mission for the episode? The cold water challenge. The ice bucket challenge.
I feel like Johnny's water got heated up. Because like him and his crew in there didn't seem like affected by the temperature whatsoever.
So I'm going to throw this out there. Nelson, Kayla, and D. 3 people, not strong swimmers to start with.
Yeah.
All from warm weather as well.
Mm-hmm.
They said they were in there for like 15 minutes. I just think they were bad at the challenge, and they got hypothermia because they were in there too fucking long. No one else had that big of a problem with it. Until Corey at the very end, he was like, fuck it, we're not going to win. I'm getting out of here. Mm-hmm. We're already past how quickly Bananas did it. But it seemed like Bananas' team and Wes's team flew through it. And Bananas was the only one who had a strategy. We're going to unlock all of these instead of expending all of our energy getting them out. Yeah. And then we won't be as cold. Because, we're putting, especially like if you take your hands out of the water, up into the air, back into the water, like you're just going to get colder and colder. Like they're going to have...
Well, if there's wind, yeah. Like if you get in and out and you're in a confined area, it's probably not going to.
I would think that the oxygen hitting your hands, it would start to freeze over.
Depends on the temperature of the room.
I doubt it wasn't super hot in there.
There was steam. I saw like steam of sorts coming off of the water.
Okay. Either way,
just at least only in the Bananas scene.
No, rigged for Bananas. I like it.
I feel like because his mannerisms just didn't look like the same. It's almost like they went last, and like maybe like Nelson and his crew went like just before, and like maybe it was getting progressive. I don't know. Something seemed fishy. Something seemed a little bit off.
They flew through it, and the first team it didn't seem like that complicated of a puzzle, and it seemed like the puzzle part took them a very long time.
Yeah.
And how does Ashley not go in to do the puzzle part on a female elimination?
When she knows that it's her head.
Yeah, like that's crazy. Yep. Craziness. You let Josh in.
She wanted to go home.
She did. Yeah. Maybe you're right. That's when we saw Jordan look
She wasn't going to quit in the elimination at the end, but like,
I'll tell you who would have done really well in that cold water challenge. CT. He was the best equipped person for the cold water challenge.
Oh, yeah. He's got some.
And Fessy, giving a shout out to my guy, Jay. Jay, he looks like a little kid. Good competitor. Smart guy. Everyone's afraid that Jay's smart.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's gone next episode.
I do too.
Well, I don't know if he's gone, but he's definitely going in again. And when they were pulling everyone, they were pulling out Nelson and Kayla and Dee and like putting them into like the hypothermia sacks. You just hear Jordan in the background just go, "They're fine. They're just cold. They'll be back."
Ooh, Jordan's his shudder to Ashley at the end of the episode. I really like that too.
What'd he do?
When Ashley was just like, she was having her Jekyll and Hyde moment where she was like crying and then fighting and then screaming, and like they cut to Jordan and he just looks disgusted by her when she was crying. Cause like, I'm sure, it was a scene. It was a total scene.
Yeah. Wes pees in. So here's my question to you. If you're in freezing cold water, if you're in water in general and you're a guy, you're going to have a certain amount of shrinkage. If you're in super cold water, you're going to have like extreme shrinkage. Could you pee at that point?
I mean,
would you have like the capability from like your bladder to push
this wasn't
that out?
like a polar dip, though. I think you get shrivel. It's 59 degrees Fahrenheit.
That's
16,
really
16 degrees Celsius. Like,
I didn't convert that in my mind.
yeah, it's not that cold.
Yeah, like
It would be like
I've been in the ocean where it's been colder, where I'm from.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like if you went down to like
I wouldn't wanna stay
this
in.
time of year. If you went down to like say like Washington or like Baltimore, I bet you that's what the water temperature of the ocean is like in Baltimore right now. Maybe a little bit colder. It was 51. They showed 51 degrees for Corey. So that would still be really cold, but it's not freezing. Like 32 degrees Fahrenheit. I know that you always struggle with Fahrenheit.
I do.
Celsius.
Fahrenheit, Celsius just blows my
32
mind.
degrees Fahrenheit.
I know
is
what zero is.
Yeah. So it's like, I don't know, like
10 degrees or something.
Yeah.
That's still really cold.
It's still really cold, but it's not like a polar dip. Polar dip is what I think you would be talking about, where you're like your whatever your urethra is it called?
Urethra, yes.
Your urethra would probably just like stagnate. You wouldn't be able
I
to get
still
anything
think it
out.
would be like, as someone who's peed in the ocean when it's been super cold, it's tough. Like you really have to push it out. And if it was that cold, I just think it would be very tough. Maybe Wes is a legend at this. I don't know. That would be my take on it. And shout out to Jenna for having just a great time smashing the ice blocks. Just big smile, like cracked me up. And then Casey just sitting there being like,
Oh, who had the strategy of they're like, I think it's a bad idea to break any of this ice up here. And like that pool, that was a bad strategy. I think it was Corey. His mastermind idea is just like, if we break all the ice and send it into that water, it's going to make it so cold that people have to get out.
oh, I thought you meant the strategy.
That was such a big pool that I don't
Yeah.
think the ice would affect it enough.
I
And especially if that water was 55 degrees, ice is going to, like, it's definitely going to make it colder, but I don't think it would have made it at the rate that he was thinking of, like, let's not, like, break that ice block at the top until everything's done.
Oh, no, I thought his strategy was let's not break the ice block because our team is going in after, so we just won't even put it in so it's not colder. I thought that was the strategy, which I thought was, like, somewhat sharp. One of the teams did that. They were like, we're not going to break the ice because our team still has to go in this. So what's the difference? Anyway. Tribunal, when they're doing the voting, does the tribunal wait outside while the voting goes on? Because it looked like they were just like hanging, but they weren't in the bunker. It looked like it was nighttime outside with like Bananas and Big T, Casey, and everyone.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. D, when they went around in the circle, so we have Kyle. Kyle really trying to play the nice guy card here.
Kyle's been invisible pretty much this season.
He was. He has been. Maybe he goes deep.
I'd be surprised.
He looks like he's in really good shape now.
Yeah.
Like
I
much
mean,
better than he has been.
Yeah,
And he's also Bananas boy.
Yeah. Yeah. I could see him going at least further than what we're used to seeing him do.
Yeah, maybe knocked out one before the final or something.
All
like that.
all I wanted is like when, I just want Big T to just latch herself to Bananas.
But she still has to win an elimination.
Get in there with Bananas. Get in there.
Who is she beating in an elimination?
Nani.
That's probably it.
I think we can compete against Kayla. Melissa.
Melissa also no screen time,
No screen time.
which I'm hoping turns itself around because I have her on my team. Can use her to do some action here. Wonder if she's found out she's pregnant yet on the show. Probably not.
No. Think he's Rogan's baby?
I have no idea. I don't know if it's anyone on the show. I guess we're going to find out soon.
She has been very, very quiet. Now, on the teaser at the beginning of the season, her and Kayla are going to get into it eventually.
Well, they hate each other.
Yeah.
But she
and
seems
they've
like
obviously been avoiding each other, but like they're gonna have a bar night coming up soon.
I like the bar nights every episode now. Give me more of that. Although no one's going crazy at the bar.
No, it's gonna happen. There is literally a clip in the season teaser of Melissa and Kayla fighting. In the
Oh,
bar,
I didn't even remember
basically.
that.
Yeah.
So the other thing, so after Ashley gets voted in, she walks up onto the table. She's wearing these like stripper heels. Don't know why. She's wearing this jean jacket.
She's clubbing.
She goes into the room and changes out of her jean jacket into a leather jacket for no apparent reason and just sits down. And then Kyle is like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I just wanted to protect you." Fuck off, Kyle. You voted for her. Let me start this off. I'm voting for you.
That's what Kyle always does. Kyle is the master of wanting to be like the good guy, everyone's favorite guy on both sides, right?
So they go out. Big T has her night. Mm-hmm. It was a good showing from Big T. Made her look like an idiot, but she got her screen time out of it.
I think she looked like an idiot.
She's like, Banana's like, here's what you do. Okay, I'll go do it.
Did it?
She was pounding like chicken wings too. They looked
Pounding chicken
They look
wings.
delicious.
Just very blasé, very laid back in the moment, just being herself.
And the only other thing is my wife, when we were watching it, because when Big T was talking to Kayla, my wife just turned to me like, remember when Kayla pissed the bed? I was like, I totally forgot about that.
Totally forgot
She
about
hooked up with Corey and then she pissed the bed.
Yeah.
And then we used to have a roommate, and he had a Tinder date. And when they woke up in the morning, the mattress was like soaked.
Oh no.
And then she blamed it on the roommate, our roommate. He's like, I'm wearing boxers and they're dry. I think it's you. Mm-hmm. That's a real aggressive move. Piss in the bed and then trying to blame it on the other person.
Yeah.
Especially if you're a Tinder date. Like, you should just get dressed and slink out of there. Mm-hmm. That's the move.
Yeah, you just pretend it didn't happen. You Irish goodbye the situation.
Yeah. You wake up, you're like, oh no.
Oh no.
I'm not sticking around for breakfast.
Deleting this contact.
Yeah. Swipe left, delete. Yeah. Trash bin. Sorry. And then we get the tribunal and get more D heat check. Like, put me in. Physical, mental, I don't care. I'm going to win. And then she wins.
Yep.
She didn't know the answers to the question. She still won.
Well, less helped, but good for her. I mean, yeah, D's been a great competitor this season. You have to respect D at this point.
Respect the game of D.
Yep.
And that's it. That's the episode.
Can't deny D any longer.
No. Wonder if she'll end up.
I mean, if her and Jenny both have skulls, her and Jenny are both of each other's number ones at this point. They're in pretty good shape.
They are. Maybe that's how you get to Jenny, is go after D. And Jenny throws herself in for something. Mm-hmm. That's you. Like, you need to start throwing. You think Jenny's any good in a final? I think she would be.
I think she'll be. Yeah, I think she'll be more than fine. I mean, do I think she has the best running?
I think her running's fine.
It's probably good enough.
Like, if D can win a final, I think her cardio is better than D's cardio.
Yep. I think she's probably pretty tough. I don't know about. She did well on a puzzle at the beginning of the season, I believe.
That's true.
Yeah, she's a threat.
She's a complete player. She reminds me of Jody from The Duel, that season that Wes won and Jody won. First,
yeah, we're not going to see very much of her, I don't think, for like the next, because she doesn't really mix it up with any.
Yeah, unless she hooks up
I don't
with
even know what she got in terms of points this episode.
No.
She may have got nothing. And like, there's people who got like 7 points, 8 points. There's a bunch of people who scored over 100. But like Jenny, maybe a character. There's a couple characters that were on the episode and scored nothing, from what I saw. Now, she's probably one of those ones, if anybody is. Like, I don't even really remember her in the episode.
I just remember her during like the Maddie and Ashley fight. She was there.
Mm-hmm.
She said something. I don't really remember what it was.
I like how. I had like a turn on like I liked Bailey's reaction when D tried to like go after Ashley, saying like how she lost so much respect for Ashley in
During the like vote process?
Yeah. Because they had like worked together in the past. So just like
she was just flaming everyone.
I know, but like I liked Bailey and Josh. I sent you guys the picture. They cut to like Bailey and Josh, and they're just like, like, oh my god, I can't believe you. Like, not only did she vote her in, but like she made sure to like put the knife in and twist it. You know what I mean?
I like where D's going. Like, she's cutting heads off.
No, I know. I liked their reaction. Her and Josh. I liked her reaction.
Also, just
to
another,
just a little side cutaway that most people probably missed. I liked it.
just another trucking along great episode for Anissa. Won a mission, solved the puzzle.
Someone scored 60 points.
Yeah, scored 60 points.
Nobody owns her.
I wonder how far she goes. Like, she could be the next person gone. I have no idea.
I don't think she's going to go much further.
I mean, people are still scared of her in eliminations because she's won so many. She sucks at the final.
If it's something physical, yeah. If it's something cardio-wise, like she's not going to do very well.
There are very few like cardio.
Yeah, no, it's usually
though.
pretty physical.
It's physical or it's like a puzzle.
Well, cardio.
Like last week, cardio played a role. Jay's better cardio than CT eventually won it for him. Like, he just
Yeah.
didn't get as tired.
I mean, like, remember when they had like Georgia versus Esther last year, and they had them like lift. Kyle was in it as well, and they had to like lift those like rocks and stuff.
No, that was against Big T, wasn't it?
No, Big T was like the
pushing one.
dumpster thing, because they put Georgia in a couple times in a row.
That was like strength and endurance, though.
See, yeah, I think
Kyle did it all
Anissa
backward.
could struggle in that on the back end.
Maybe, but I think she would be smart enough to do what Theo did in that one, is get all the heavy pieces first.
Yeah.
Unlike Kyle, who was like, I'm winning.
Yeah, it's
this
just
is
like,
great.
Oh my god, I have no strength to get the heaviest.
Same
part.
thing
now,
happened-
and then it's just game over.
And Esther did the same thing in that one.
Yeah,
She went for all the
That's why it
the
seemed
light
competitive.
pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then she like got gassed on the light ones and couldn't move the big ones.
Yep.
Anyway, they'll do it. Challenge, episode 4.
Yep.
You won your. I owe you $50.
Whatever.
Big T.
I'm just
You're
happy.
as happy Big T's
I'm
around.
just happy to raise Big T awareness.
Maybe I'll get you some limes and some salt when we're allowed to go back to the supermarket. It's the first thing I'll get you. You can sit here and have some limes and salt on the show.
Save your cash.
Save the cash on that. All right.
Yeah.
Paul Shaughnessy, you can follow him on Twitter at Paul Shag. You can follow me at the PME, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. You want to get into a draw for 20 DK bucks? Smash the like, leave your DraftKings handle in the comment section. Tell me your MVP for the episode, person, place, or thing. Share the show around as well. Tell your friends about the Pat Mayo experience. And if you do that and you want to get into a draw for 100 DraftKings dollars, easy stuff. Subscribe to the Pat Mayo Experience audio podcast, Apple, Google, Stitcher, Spotify, wherever. Leave a 5-star review. DraftKings handle. Something you enjoy about the show? Boom! You're in that draw for 100 DK bucks. Who can't use some free money right now? I mean, I know I could, but I'm ineligible for the draw. I'm giving it away. So why don't you get in the draw? All right? I'll see you next time.
Pat Mayo Experience! Experience!